Good afternoon, students. Today I am going to continue my class with the lesson Protest Movement. In that, we are going to continue the topic Movements Continued Outside the Country. The Anti Apartheid Movement AAM, originally known as the Boycott Movement, also spread outside the South African region. There were opposition to apartheid from the rest of the Commonwealth. The AAM scored its major victory when South Africa was forced to leave Commonwealth in 1961. It held a 72-hour vigil outside the Commonwealth venue, Melbourne House, and found willing allies in Canada, India, and newly independent Afro Asian member states. The UN and the Organization of the African Unity, UN and OAU, condemned the apartheid. In 1962, the United Nations General Assembly passed a resolution calling on all member states to impose a trade boycott against South Africa. But this proved useless because not all members of the state supported it. Britain, America, France, West Germany, Italy, though condemned apartheid in public, but continued to trade with South Africa. Apartheid was condemned by many of the regions, many of the countries. They did not support South Africa's apartheid. So, but then also they continued with trade relations. In 1963, the UN Security Council called for a partial arms ban against South Africa also. They totally banned partially the use of weapons on South Africans. But this was not mandatory under the chapter 7 of the UN Charter. It was not mandatory, it was not made mandatory. In some cases, if it was very critical, they can use the arms and weapons. Among the other things, these countries sold South Africa massive arms in the hope that the country would be a base against the spread of communism in Africa. But South African authority ignored the protests of the outside world till 1970s. The African Sports Authority now presented a letter to the International Olympic Committee. This was the situation going on now about the racism which was going on in South African sports also. In sports also, the Afrikaners were not getting support. Though they were capable, they were strong enough to meet the competition, but there was a certain level discrimination going on. The International Olympic Committee then passed a ruling suspending South Africa from the 1964 Tokyo Olympics. The anti apartheid movement was instrumental in initiating an academic boycott of South Africa. The declaration was signed by 496 university professors and lecturers to protest against the apartheid and associated violations of academic freedom also. The change of situation after the election of 1979, P.W. Botha became the Prime Minister. He declared that he should reform apartheid. But some changes he will bring in the apartheid. The apartheid was not accepted by the people from South Africa, even outside regions condemned this apartheid. So he thought of why not to change, bring a reform in the apartheid. He thus introduced some important changes. What were those? Those were blacks were allowed to join trade unions. Now, new categories are being added in apartheid, where they were discriminated in this point. And to go on strikes also, they were having right for strikes. That means the laborers, the workers, they can demand for their increment of wages also, and for any type of holidays also they can go for strike. Strike are for what? Laborers and workers, they went on strike for what? They only go for strike to increase their demands, to let their demands know to the upper people. Number two, blacks were allowed to elect their own local township councils, but not to vote in national elections. In national elections, they were not allowed, but in township councils only they were allowed to vote. A new constitution was introduced, setting up two new houses of parliament, one for colored and one for the Asians. This was the difference in the parliament. Just imagine, have we ever heard this? But this was going on there on the basis of the change in the color of the skin differences, color differences. The parliament was also divided into two. My God, a very pathetic condition which was going on in Africa. Marriages were allowed between people of different race. Now, marriages were allowed. The hated pass law. Pass law was what? It was like an identity card that I am the resident from this place, to show that I have got permission to be here, live here, survive here, work here, eat here. Like just like that. It was the pass law was like that. Pass law was what? It was type of identity card. Identity card type of thing. Card type of thing in which a pass law, they were passed to move in particular regions. It was written there. So it was a pass law given to the non-whites. So the hated pass laws for non-whites were abolished. So at last this thing was abolished, which was very important step to move on for the new system to enter in South Africa. Those who were facing discrimination, those what whole Africans were facing the discrimination of whites and non-whites. This was as far as Botha was prepared to go. He was not willing to consider ANC's main demands like right to vote and play a full part in ruling the country. In August 1986, the Commonwealth, except Britain, agreed that there would be no further loans, no sale of oil, computer equipments or nuclear goods to South Africa, and no cultural and scientific contacts would be continued. Commonwealth, except Britain, agreed that these supports will be removed from South Africa unless the discrimination is stopped. All regions wanted the discrimination to be removed. Now, but except Britain accepted the Commonwealth, except Britain. Britain did not accept this thing, but other regions accepted. Why? Britain was there to rule in South Africa. It was the British people who entered the African land and started to capture it, dominate it. So it's obvious that they will not support it. In September 1987 now. In September 1987, American Congress voted to stop American loans to South Africa, to cut air links, and to ban imports of iron, steel, coal, textiles, and uranium from South Africa. A change was seen in South Africa when F.W. de Klerk became the president. He had realized the situation and decided that apartheid would go completely from the country. Apartheid system should not continue in the country. there was a strong opposition from the right wing section, and thus in 1990 Nelson Mandela was released after 25 years in jail and became the leader of ANC on the last of his years, and most of them remaining with apartheid laws were now dropped. Talks started in 1921 between government and ANC to work out a new constitution which would allow the blacks full political rights. They should get full political rights. That means the voting rights. Feminist movement here entered now. Feminist movement was also known as a women's movement, women's liberation, freedom, and refers to a series of campaigns for reforms, changes in domestic violence, maternity leave, equal pay, women's suffrage, and others. So the feminist movement in United States, Canada, and certain countries in Western Europe has gone through three waves. There were three waves in which the movement had run. In the first wave, what happened? In first wave of feminism involved suffrage and political equality. In second wave, what happened? In second wave, feminism attempted to combat, control social and cultural inequalities. And in third wave, what happened? Feminism includes renewed campaign for women's greater influence in politics. The writer Virginia Woolf was associated with the ideas of the first wave of feminism. In her book, A Room of One's Own, described how men socially and physically dominate women. The first convention was held in New York City in 1837 to discuss women's rights. In June 1848, presidential candidate Gerrit Smith made women's suffrage a plank in his party's platform, a part of reform. So, what was A Room of One's Own, which described how men socially and physically dominate women. The first convention was held in New York City in 1837 to discuss women's rights. In June 1848, presidential candidate Gerrit Smith made women's suffrage a plank in his party's platform. Plank means that was the main topic on which his party was made. But the Liberty Party performed poorly at the polls under the influence of Elizabeth Stanton. A convention was held in Seneca Falls, New York, in August 1848. There, a set of 12 resolutions was adopted, calling for equal treatment of women and men. Stanton led the demand for voting rights for women. In the United States, the first wave of feminism ended with the passage of 19 amendments. New reforms were made to the constitutions of the United States in 1920, granting right to vote for the women. The women have got right to vote. Now they can vote. They can now give voting. This was the right given to women. The second wave of feminist activities began in early 1960s and lasted through the late 1980s. Betty Friedan, born in February 4th, 1921, was an American writer, activist, and feminist. She was a leading figure in women's movement in United States. Her book, The Feminine Mystic, sparked off the wave of American feminism in the 20th century. In 1966, Friedan co founded and was elected the first president of the National Organization for Women, that is now NOW. The aim of this organization was to bring women into mainstream of American society in fully equal partnership with men. And thus on August 26th, what happened? 1970, underline it, important line. Friedan organized the nationwide women's strike. This was a very violent change brought in his party. Friedan joined other feminists to establish women's political movement. It was not right, it was right for movement. She was also a strong supporter of proposed equal rights amendment to United States. She was a strong supporter of the constitutional 19 amendments which were brought down in the United States constitutional with a lot of changes. And bringing a change in constitution is not a joke. It's a very big movement. For that, a lot of struggle is required. So, constitution it regarded as an influential author and intellectual in United States. Friedan remained active for women's equal rights. She died in February 2005 at the age of 85 years. During this time, feminists started campaign against cultural and political inequalities. Another important movement, the women's health movement, emerged in 1960s and 1970s, in which multiple groups were involved in it. The movement exposed how the United States healthcare system was failing now for women. Male control over the system was questioned, which led to women enrolling in medical schools, midwives becoming licensed, and women becoming more involved in technical field, in work field, in other job sectors, service sectors also. So the movement led to pass the equal employment opportunities for women also. So it brought down a new opportunity. There were different measures of government which was taken. During the Second World War, a large number of female workers took jobs in different factories also. But the employers paid them low salaries than the male workers. Why this discrimination? Because they are female. They will do less work, isn't it? Various feminist groups protested against this gender discrimination. Finally, the American President J.F. Kennedy decided to abolish this gender discrimination. And in 1963, the US Congress passed the Equal Pay Act to prohibit discrimination on account of the female discrimination of payment of wages by the employers. The Congress passed Equal Pay Act of 1963. Thus, this Equal Pay Act was what? It was a concern for the weaker bargaining position of women to provide a remedy of discriminatory of wages. Why discrimination will be there? Females, why do they do less work? No. So this discrimination was stopped. It was prohibited through Equal Pay Act of 1963. Civil Rights Act of 1964 was launched. This act was signed into laws by President Lyndon B. Johnson on July 2, 1964. This act is a landmark piece of legislation in the United States. It outlawed the discrimination based on race, color, religion, and female and male, or national origin also. It ended unequal application of voter registration requirements and racial segregation in the schools, at the workplace, and facilities that serve the general public before it became a law. So women had been being treated as less valuable employee in terms of their paychecks. Why less value to women in the factories in the time of payments of checks? So these were the main point on which the fight and the movement continued. A woman and a man could have worked at the same place, doing the same amount of work, and woman received way less money for her efforts. President Johnson tried to abolish this gender discrimination. Why? He pointed out also. So, next was role of non-organization for women, NOW, which we'll do in the next class. That what was the effect of this Equal Pay Act which was launched? With very vital effect it put on NOW. Okay, so till this much we will study. Read it thoroughly. I will give you part of questions and answers as worksheets also today. See it, follow it. You will get the hint of answers how to make for this lesson. Okay, and few questions for practice also I will give you. Do practices, do practice it. But if it is if you are not getting it, don't worry. You will get in the next worksheet also. The answers will be given of each and every questions which I am giving you. Important. The questions are important also. Practice those, and answers will be given in your next worksheet. And keep on reading your lesson. Protest movement, the topic from which I have taught, that is apartheid and anti-apartheid. Apartheid movement, anti-apartheid movement, features of anti-apartheid. From these topics, feminist movements are there from your protest movement lesson. So do read it, continue reading it, don't leave reading. Short questions, solve it, and also your worksheet, solve it, which questions I am giving, and answers also I am giving there. Okay, thank you students. Thank you. In the next class we will continue the lesson.